I've talked about breeding fish a lot on my channel and I've made a few videos on this in the past, but today we're going to be talking about 5 fish that are just too easy to breed in your tank. So 5 fish that you just basically throw in an aquarium and they're going to breed for you with little to no effort. So these are all going to basically be live bearers. There are 2 egg layers on this list, but a lot of them are live bearers. I've personally bred all of these fish. So coming in at 5 on my list is guppies. So just your standard normal guppies. And I know a lot of people aren't going to be surprised by this, but I've put them on this list because they're simply just an easy fish to breed. Guppies were my first fish. I think a lot of people could relate to me here, but my first aquarium was like a 10-gallon tank, and I've always been obsessed with breeding fish. I don't know why, but I firstly got guppies because I knew that they were going to breed, and what I did was I picked out like a bunch of different colors and bred them to see what I get. Now, I don't really remember what I got. I picked out a bunch of different random things, but the point is I bought them and 28 days later I had babies. So guppies are a very, very easy fish to breed. They're a live bearer, so what that means is when they give birth, they actually give birth to live babies. Now, if you're going to try and breed your guppies, you're going to need a few hiding spots in your aquarium because what's going to happen is the parents will eat the babies. That doesn't sound the best, but it's just their natural instinct. I don't know why. They're just, anything that fits in their mouth, they're going to eat. What can happen is you can have a few females in your tank, they'll drop some babies around the tank, and they'll get eaten up if you don't have any hiding spaces. So it's important with all of these live bearers, you do have hiding spaces, but let's say you get 2 trios of guppies, so 2 males and 4 females, throw them in a tank with some live plants and all that kind of stuff. I'd say in about 25 days maximum, you'll have babies swimming around your tank, and it's just so amazing to see. So number 5 is the guppy. Okay, so number 4, I just recently made a video of, but this is gonna be the Danios. So I found these guys so easy to breed. In fact, I bred them in a foam box. Now, these guys are a little bit different. They're actually an egg scattering fish. So they're different to your guppies where they're actually gonna lay eggs and they're not gonna give birth to live young. So if you wanna breed your Danios, you're gonna have to actually put in some effort. The reason I put them on this list is because these are more of a fish for people who wanna try and actually breed a fish intentionally rather than just like accidentally end up with fry. So with these guys, you could just end up throwing them into a tank, and if you have enough hiding spaces, they're going to spawn every single morning, and you will end up having little fry swimming around if you have enough hiding spaces. But if you try the method that I used, there's going to be like a link somewhere, and give it a go, you'll actually get, you know, hundreds of fry. So these are very easy to breed. The way you breed them is you get males and females together, put them in a tank in a little chamber where the eggs can fall through. Every morning they're going to breed and the eggs are going to fall down the bottom, and you hatch out the eggs and raise up the babies, and it's just so cool. So you can get gold Danios, longfin Danios, zebra Danios, leopard Danios. There's all different types. Number 4 on the list is Danios. And then coming at number 3 is something I haven't bred in a while, but this is also one of the first things I bred, and this is going to be platies. So I do want to get back into platies. I haven't kept them for a very long time, but platies are just as easy as guppies. They're exactly the same basically for breeding, and I think they have a little bit less fry, but they're really, really cool. So the first tank I did have had guppies and platies in it, and I don't remember ever seeing any platy babies, and I think this is because the platies were eating all the babies. I'm not too sure. That tank, like, it was my beginner tank and I don't think it was that great, but I did breed them. I saw maybe 1 or 2 swimming around, but they all got eaten up. Like I said, platies are the exact same as guppies. They're just a different species. They're a live bearer, so they're gonna give birth to live young every month or so, and you can end up with quite a few of them in no time. So I'm gonna be getting some platies in the fish room very soon. Once it's all set up, obviously all these tanks are empty, and filling up some of these shop tanks with platies for you guys to buy, and I'm super excited for it. Number 2 on my list is going to be Bristlenose. Bristlenose are kind of like a really, really common beginner fish. A lot of the time when people are getting an aquarium, they're going to pick up a Bristlenose to help keep the glass clean. A lot of the time these guys get a rap as like a fish that's a cleaner fish, but they're not a cleaning fish at all. They're an algae eating fish, but they're not a cleaner fish. What they're going to do is take the surface algae off the tank. So like any of that green stuff that grows on the sides of your tank, they're going to eat that stuff, but they're not going to like clean the tank. They actually create quite a lot of waste, but a lot of people don't know that these are also very easy to breed. The concoction for breeding these guys is you need a cave for them to spawn in, and you need a male and a female that are both mature. So a male will have big bristles on his nose and a female will maybe have like 1 or 2 little ones, but for the most part she won't have any. Put them in a tank, like a 20-gallon tank like this one, add a little cave in there, and the male's going to trap the female in there. He'll spawn with her, she'll then come out, and he'll raise up those eggs into little tiny fry, and they'll be swimming around the aquarium in no time. They don't take any effort really, you just need a male and a female. They mature at about 1.5 years, so you need to keep them for about that long before you get any breeding going on, but once you do, you have babies everywhere, and a lot of the time you don't even need a cave. Like some people see them breed underneath driftwood, and all kinds of stuff. They just breed and breed and breed. So that's why they're really cheap, easy to find, and in my opinion, they're a really good one for people to breed if you just want to have like something breeding in the bottom of your tank. I remember when I was much younger, my cousins had a tank, and in their tank it wasn't anything fancy, like didn't even have a light. I should have got up them, but they wouldn't have listened to me. But they did have Bristlenose in there, and they were breeding like crazy. And I remember getting like a ton of them, using them in my fish room and breeding them, and that's where all my Bristlenose came from. So there you go. It's like my cousins were breeding them in literally a box of water. So easy. And then number 1 is another live bearer, but it's my personal favorite live bearer at the moment, and this is Endlers. So I've bred all different types of Endlers in the past. There's tiger Endlers, black bar Endlers, blue star Endlers, there's countless, like starbursts, all these weird ones, but they're really, really cool. So basically an Endler is like a smaller version of a Guppy. That's the best way to describe it. Now I get in trouble for this a lot because they aren't a Guppy, they're an Endler. The males are much, much smaller than male Guppies. So the male Endlers are very, very small. And the females are pretty big compared to the males. The females have no color, the males have all the color, but the males look absolutely striking. Now they're more of like a wild type of Guppy, Endler, and they're so easy to breed. They're the exact same as a Guppy. I think they're a little bit more hardy, and this is why I like them. I think the males are a lot more cute. That's also just my personal opinion, but yeah, just chuck these guys in an aquarium. I'd do them in reverse trios, so 2 females to a male. Throw them in a tank. In like 21 days, you can have little babies swimming around. They're so easy to breed. Like, I actually haven't been able to get them out of my other fish room because I've thrown colonies in tanks to like help with, I don't know, eating seed shrimp or something like that. And what's happened is they've dropped 1 or 2 fry, and when I clean out that tank, the 1 or 2 fry stay in there, grow up, and then they breed together, and then I have more. So like I've just got all these tanks in the fish room just full of Endlers accidentally. So that just proves that it's so easy to breed them. I'm not even like intending to breed them, and they're just breeding. So that's the list. That's the top 5 fish, in my opinion, that are the easiest to breed. They take pretty much no effort, and yeah, you guys should have fun trying to breed them. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learnt a thing or two, and I'll see you guys in the next one.